You're a lucky guy, too.
I am more lucky. If he wouldn't be here next to me, I would be the girl with the camera
Now you're making
capturing.
me emotional. I want to make a statement. ये फर्क होता है अच्छा बाहर की औरतों में और पाकिस्तानी औरतों में वो उसको प्रेस कर रही है वो उसको प्रेस कर रहा है इधर हमने उसको कह दिया कि ये सोलर पैनल उठा के फिरना पड़ेगा तो कहेगी मैंने जान नहीं है दफा हो जाओ ठीक है सोचो यार दौलत की तकसीम तो रब के फजल से है ये बात कंफर्म है लेकिन गैरत का ताल्लुक इंसान से है हमने बतौर कौम अपने आप को क्या समझ लिया है मैं इस पर कोई कमेंट नहीं करूंगा लेकिन ये हमारी कौम को हमारे मुल्क को और हमारे शहरों को क्या समझते हैं ये इन्हीं से पूछिए वेलकम टू द ग्रोन अप्स पीटर एंड सिसिलिया
Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम
Hi.
देखा मैंने कहा था ना ये क्या सोचते हैं हमारे बारे में ये सुनना बहुत जरूरी है वालेकुम अस्सलाम
Thanks for inviting us.
It is indeed my pleasure to have a conversation with you after knowing what you've done, after knowing where you've come from, after knowing the sentiments you hold for this country, for our city, Peshawar. Really, really great to have you over.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
So, before I introduce you, how about you introduce yourself?
You wanna start?
You can start.
So my name is Peter, and I'm a traveler, filmmaker, adventurer, and I'm a forever curious mind.
Okay. Forever curious mind.
I am.
That's something for an opening. Do you have a curious mind too?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can say. I am Cecilia. I am a photographer, and I love the mountains. And somehow some parts of my heart stuck in Pakistan. So we will. Some parts of my heart stuck in Pakistan.
Oh, and by the way, we are both from Hungary.
Yeah,
You're from Hungary.
yeah.
Is it Hungary or Hungary?
It's Hungary.
Hungary.
Yes.
Okay. From Hungary to Hashtnargri. इन्हीं की कहानी सुनते हैं कहाँ से निकले कहाँ पहुँचे कैसे कब और क्यों. So you started from Hungary and you're sitting in Peshawar.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence?
No, not really.
Okay. Was it planned?
Oh, it's a long story. Where do you want me to start?
From
You can start in Hungary.
you can start from Hungary. And by the way, I wish we can show their vehicle to you in which they've been traveling. It is amazing.
It's gonna be a long show then.
We can just take a shot.
Yeah, so as I said, the curious mind, I think that took me here. Because curious mind will result in hunger for seeing things. And after some time, I was wanted to see more things beside or out of my home city in Hungary. So I moved to the capital. And after a few years, I wanted to see even more. So I started to travel around Hungary. Then I got a job where I had to travel. It was my duty to travel because of the job. And I think that was the last brick in the wall for me, because they sent me many places, but I didn't have the chance to really look around. So it was like, always going there, but
You're
never.
there, but you're not there.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly. So all these years ended in a big idea that I want to travel the world.
I will travel the world.
I want to travel the world. That was a big dream. While I was working for this company, I could see my possibilities. And Hungary is not a rich country. It's in Europe. It's a Middle East part of Europe, but it's not a rich country. So going on a world tour from our country is a big thing. It's not like going from Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, or the more wealthy European countries. From Hungary, it's a challenge because somehow you need to save that money. Because even if you have any like online job or you planning to work something maybe on site or in the country, do something with your own hands, or
you
you
don't
do
have savings, you can't travel.
yeah, you need to have something because anything can happen on the way with your car, with your health. You need to have some savings before you go on a trip like this. So we had to make that happen before we went on the journey. So that took time, and when we were ready with saving money and quit the job and just closed everything at home.
And how long from the planning phase to actually go out to explore world? For how long did you have to save and how much, if I may ask?
Yeah, it was few years, and we both had pretty good jobs, so we really enjoyed what we did. So it was not something like for many people that they were running away from their country because they want a better life. It was all about the adventure and all about the travels. We really enjoyed what we had, but we wanted more. So that was the idea. We were happy with the jobs, and so it was a few years of planning and saving money as well. And since we had a good life, we wanted to do something big. Because for 6 months travel, I'm not gonna sacrifice my good job. It was a good job. I was traveled already.
So you had to make a plan for years then.
Yeah, you had to. Like what you want to do, how much money you need, but definitely the most time needed for saving the money. That was the majority of the time. Planning, yeah, I want to travel, I pick my favorite country, then okay, let's go. Then the money was the bottleneck, obviously, but still you need to make plans, you need to buy all the gears, maybe hiking shoes, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to go diving, so you need gears for that.
Oh.
Yeah, so it took few years, and well, so we wanted to do something big. That means longer. Like I told her that at least 1 year, 1.5. It's
1 year outside Hungary, travelers with loaded pockets, right? Or was your budget?
Kinda. So it was like minimum 1 year, 1.5. It's still doable. 2 years would be very, very good. If you can do that, that money that we save, from that money that we saved, it was like 2 years we can do it. Maybe we need to save a lot. Maybe we're gonna work something, but for 2 years I would be very happy that I quit my happy life to go for something else. So I can do it for 2 years and just traveling and enjoying and go to different places, then it's worth it.
So you literally burned boats.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quitting jobs and planning for a world tour, and that too by road. So you started.
Yeah, so that's another story.
Yeah,
You want to talk
so
about it? We planned not on road first.
yeah, but COVID happened when we quit everything, and then it was still possible to fly, but it doesn't make too much sense because the whole world started to close and shut down. So we were like waiting, moved back to the family house, spend some time with the family,
And
more
you guys
planning.
had job then.
No, so we quit, and then it was really like COVID, the worst part of it, the first wave, and then we were waiting, and Peter came up with an idea after a couple months that
Yeah, we got frustrated. Like we
Oh.
quit the job, we closed everything at home, and we were just waiting. And we didn't. Nobody knew because that was the first wave of COVID. Nobody knew what's gonna happen. We were like, okay, we're gonna wait few weeks, few months until this virus go away, and then we go for our trip. The good thing we didn't buy any flights. We were like, let's wait for this virus go away, and then we buy the first flights. We wanted to fly to New Zealand first, and from there, so that was a completely different plan what we had in mind. And then
Was Pakistan in the plan initially?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, it was not in the plan. So COVID interrupted. So we waited few months, but then we
That
started
was a blessing in disguise then.
we started to be frustrated because our big dream will go away. We quit the job. So what should we do? And then we found out that we should look for a camper. So I went online and started to look for camper vans. And then on the first page, this Mercedes was waiting for us.
Oh, okay.
It's a camper, but it's smaller. It's a compact car.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? That I never had my own car before this. That's my first car in my life.
So
Yeah.
your first car and your first Pakistani outfit.
Oh yeah, that's my first shower kameez. And I had my driving license for a long time, and I drove cars, but never my own car because I was more like a bicycle guy. I go
So
on
this one
public
has an emotional
transportation.
value attached to it. First
Yeah,
car
no,
and
it's
and the one in which you've traveled the world.
what I want to say with this is that we didn't really care about anything. We were so strong in our head that we want to do this. If it's car, okay, let's do it with a car. My own father.
And you both made that together, right? You were together in this since beginning,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
coincidentally met in between.
Oh no.
Okay.
We started together. We bought the car together and we planned
So
together.
you are a photographer and you are
Yep.
a videographer. Does that connect you, or how are you connected for the trip? For the trip only.
So let's just talk about the romantic part a little bit. So we met before the trip, like 1 year before we left, and so
Peter had already the idea to travel the world. I was always like, oh, I love travel, and it's not enough how much free time I can get with a corporate job. I was always like playing with the days and everything, but I was young, 21 days, it's not enough. but I didn't want it to travel alone, never. Maybe now I am more open, but that time, no, I would like to share the experiences, all the bad and good ones. And then I met with Peter, and he said, I am Peter, I will travel the world. And I was like, oh my God.
Telling the truth.
Happened to me. You know, walking up to someone, I want to travel the world, and she's like, I want to travel the world too, and then we're together.
Yeah, it
You're
was
lucky
a
guy,
it was
you're
a
lucky guy.
it was a funny meeting. Actually, I had a coworker, and they were relatives.
Yeah.
And he was introducing me to her, and I was resistant. I told him,
Technically, I should feel happy for your story. I don't know why am I sad about it. Feeling deprived. Okay, so you guys started your trip how many years back?
It was 2020, September 12th.
Oh, you remember the date.
Yeah.
yeah, of
And
course.
ever since you guys have been traveling.
Yes, it's almost 4 years now.
Oh my God.
So it's
And constantly on the roads, right?
We went
pretty much.
back home once for a Christmas, but it felt also like traveling. We flew back from Karachi, and yeah, it was just family Christmas, good food, some relaxing, and then we were already here.
It was 1.5 months.
I don't mind my question, but all of this traveling and staying and gears, all of this consumes a lot of money. And no matter how much you have initially, the savings, you have to have a constant stream of income coming in to splurge out. How do you manage that?
Yeah, so if you want to talk about the finances, we had around 30,000 US dollar together when we left.
Initially.
Yeah,
Okay.
initially, maybe a little less because we planned something different. We wanted to fly, but then we had to buy the car, so
Yeah.
that came down from this. And we did some things on the car. We bought some, so it was some minus from this 30,000, but we left with that. And we started to make money after like 2 years, I think. 2 years for sure, maybe 1.5.
Started making money while traveling?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So like 1 year, 1.5 year, we just spent that saving. And just before it started to be like critical, but not really. I don't know how much we had. Like,
So you were just living on the edge, right?
maybe
Either you quit traveling and go back, or find a way where you would start earning and extend it.
yeah. So we never been on the edge. So that's what
No.
I'm saying. That before we got onto the edge, we started to earn money,
Oh,
and we saved a lot because
was it a
from
plan or was that a coincidence?
it was not a plan.
But also not a coincidence. We worked really hard.
You see, women think really differently. You feel there was not a plan, and she feels there was a plan. So I'll have to listen to her part.
I wouldn't say that it was a plan, but when you work so hard on something, it's not a coincidence anymore.
Yeah. In this matter, yeah.
What you're saying is that you had good work to present, but you did not maybe believe in the work or believe the fact that it would get you some earning, whereas maybe you did.
He believed in it
What we
because
figured out.
yeah, I was like, it sounds so nice. It's maybe not true. It will not be a success. So many other people do the same. So many millions of people want to do the same.
The audience is still confused what you do.
It's-
Let's tell them.
So it's kind of a dream job to travel the world and do like filmmaking and photography while traveling. And basically, we document our experiences, but not as vlogs. We never made any single vlog. We have 0 vlogs. Most people do that. Like, so I
Yeah,
thi-
yeah, with the stick, Now I'm
Oh,
standing
yeah.
at this road, and now I'm
Yeah.
standing on that road.
there
So
are
what do
very
you
good,
do?
very good vlogs as well.
Any
but
piece of work that we can showcase on this podcast? Do you recommend any?
vlogs?
No.
Any of your video or anything that you've made for Pakistan?
Yep, you can. If you go on YouTube and you look for Pakistan Beyond the Headlines,
Pakistan beyond the headlines. ये हम caption में भी दे देंगे. Do watch it. I had a coincidence of watching it with you, and frankly, amazing work.
thank you.
Amazing work. Especially the emotions that you've captured in it and the reality you've tried to touch in it. It touched my heart,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and I'm sure everyone will
Thank
catch
you.
it.
So we can tell so many stories of what kind of work we do, how do we work, who are our clients. If you want an example, the Pakistan film, if our viewers will watch it, we recorded all those footages, and afterwards we met a platform on YouTube, and then they were interested for us to make a film. We had this idea, we really wanted to make this film, but the film was not edited yet. We knew that we had something good, something very special in our hands, because we spent in the first lap 6 months in the country, basically only traveling and shooting. Just imagine,
Yeah.
in the first trip.
In the first trip.
Yeah.
This is our third trip.
This
Yeah.
is the third trip to
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah. After
And you've spent altogether around
9 months.
altogether
Yeah,
9
yeah.
Nine,
close to a
now we
year.
are going to the 10th.
applied for nationality.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will get it in your time.
Yeah, maybe we will.
Yeah, okay.
It would fit us.
Yeah, the first time we applied for a 1-year visa, I was so excited. And when we got it with multi-entry,
And
I
did
felt
you
like
research on Pakistan beforehand? What kind of place is this? What kind of security threats you may face? What kind of language barriers? What kind of people, hygiene issues? Did you research on that before coming, or you just
Not
come
much.
in?
Not much. So the
Not
thing
really.
is that,
How did even the idea of coming to Pakistan came up?
okay, so back then it was still COVID. So we started in 2020. That was the first wave of COVID. And there was the second, third, I don't even count how many was, but there were a lot. And then everything was so not stable, where you can travel, how you can travel. So basically we were thinking always on the next country. Since we left Hungary, okay, next country Croatia, next country Montenegro, and we were always checking that one country. What is the rule at that specific,
If you can enter.
yeah, that specific day or that specific week when we are
And
planning to
can.
It's
enter?
so
Because
interesting. You don't know where you're heading to.
yeah, yeah,
And you're
yeah.
just in the car.
Yeah,
you
it
left
was very
one,
exciting. And
Very
it was changing, like an ever-changing environment for
Okay.
because you drive the car.
Can we
you go,
draw it on map? You started from Hungary, you went to Croatia,
yes,
Yeah.
and then further?
Montenegro, and then went to
Albania,
Albania.
then Bulgaria, no,
North
North
Macedonia.
Macedonia, Bulgaria. Then we had to wait a bit because Greece was still shut down. So we were making another trip in Bulgaria. I mean, one more round. And then we went down to Greece. And then we got the news in Greece that Georgia is opening. So we started to travel into the Caucasus, cross Turkey in the northern part. Then we spent an entire season, 4 months in Georgia.
Turkey is amazing.
Turkey is also amazing, yeah.
Yeah, one of our favorite.
Yeah. And then from Georgia, we went to
Armenia.
Armenia, thank you. We went back to Georgia, went across Turkey and went to Iraq Kurdistan. And from Iraq Kurdistan, we went to Iran. That was a big dream,
Iran, by the way?
goal, destination
Is it
for us.
worth seeing?
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
One
a
of the most
really
amazing
amazing
places
country.
I've
Yeah.
ever seen. The nature over there, it's just so diverse, and you can see landscapes that you cannot see anywhere on Earth.
It's
Yeah, like
truly amazing.
such
Yeah.
unique geological formations and like landscapes. It's just mind blowing.
I've heard that people there are also very beautiful.
Very, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and from,
That's the
from
other
Iran,
charm.
So in Iran,
Let me interrupt you here, because from Iran we had a big hesitation how we gonna go on. Iran was itself pretty hard to come in because it was close the border, open the border, close the, so we had to find a gap. So we came in, and from there our original
I can
plan.
imagine you driving your Mercedes going to the border and waiting for the right time, to get through.
Actually, we had a nice contact on that border, and we were in touch. And he said, "Okay, if you now come, you can cross the border. Maybe if you come tomorrow, maybe you cannot." It was the situation. It was like,
But you are on the toes all the time, right? Just ready to
yeah,
yeah.
we were very tough-headed. We really wanted to come as far as we can.
So when did the part of Pakistan came?
Yeah, we are now there.
It was in Iran, so that was a big moment for decision, because if we follow our kind of a first idea that we would go up to Central Asia and like Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, and the Eastern countries,
Okay.
but that was closed very strictly. It was no chance to open up anytime soon. And then it was getting to be summer, so the other plan to go south to Iraq and then go to the Arab Peninsula, to Saudi Arabia, Oman, and those countries was not an option, because we can't tolerate like 40, 50 Celsius traveling with a camper.
But Destiny wanted you to come to
So
Pakistan.
basically the third idea was, okay, what about Pakistan? The border is open, free to go, huge country, big mountains.
Anytime, bro, anytime.
Yeah, like maybe some bad reputation in the news. We hear bad things, maybe some, it's all over in the Western media, unfortunately. Terrorism, bombs, whatever. But we had friends who traveled. They didn't spend too much time and they moved on.
Yeah.
So was Pakistan recommended to you by someone?
Not really.
No, I wouldn't say. We had like, you shouldn't go there because it's dangerous, and the other part, we went there, it's not so easy, but it's just truly amazing.
You know what? Most of the travelers we talked to, they came to Pakistan and they only stayed until they had the Indian visa. Because most of these people who we met on the road, they travel with car.
Yeah.
And for the car, it's a much more difficult visa to get for India than if you just fly in or you walk. And then those people went to the Indian embassy, or actually you have to go to an agent. And then you apply for the visa and you need to wait a few weeks. Depending if you want a longer one, you wait longer. Long story short, they just went up north for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then they got the notification, you have an Indian visa ready, and they left. Yeah. And we didn't want to do this. We wanted to stay like 1 month, one and a half, something like that.
So we'll come down to the part where you're now coming to Pakistan. Iran's border is open, and now you're coming to Pakistan.
Yeah.
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 So where did you land, and
so we entered the Taftan border.
Which is in Balochistan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really funny because, Pakistan, hygiene issues, etc. And we need to stay one night at the Taftan border. And I went to the washroom, brush my teeth, and drink the tap water. Like in Hungary, we drink the tap water. I mean, I drink everywhere the tap water, and I came out, Peter asked me, how did you do that? Do you have water? I don't see it in your hand. And I was like, oh God, I drink the tap water. And I had zero issue. And basically in the first 3 months, we had zero issue. So it was like a miracle, because from other travelers, we had like horror stories about the food, and they went to 5-star hotels and still like an issue. And I don't know, we just lucky, or it's not so bad.
Pakistani, I can tell you.
But
they couldn't believe. Like we talked to our German friends, whatever, and they are like,
No,
no, you are lying. Your stomach.
Even we don't go to the upside and drink tap water because it's hard water. It is full of minerals and it's not easy to digest.
Yeah, so I am lucky. Long story short, so we entered the Taftan, and then we got an escort, a police escort, while going through Balochistan.
Did you arrange it, or was that a gesture from our government?
It's a gesture.
Yeah.
And it's actually mandatory.
Yeah.
So you
and
can't get away from them. It was a big moment for us.
Yeah.
So coming from Europe, I think, so we traveled a lot already before this trip. And coming from Europe, the first like culture shock, like when you feel like, okay, you are now far from home, you get something really different here, it was Iraq. Because the religion changed, everything was very different.
And the
lot of guns, lot of security.
Hijab and...
Yeah.
And then Iran, that was another big step. It was a big dream for us as well to get to Iran. But then Pakistan was another level. It was like, okay, that's it. That's the business for us.
Oh my God.
Like everything. And especially if you arrive in Balochistan, you're not landing in Islamabad and, okay, you get to, I don't know, more Pakistani places. No, we get into where it's a different area, even in Pakistan. And there are the Baluch people, all these crazy vehicles, like you are watching a Mad Max movie. Like a Mad Max movie.
Everything.
Like big trucks, they are carrying these, everything behind the truck.
If you've come by road from Balochistan to KPK, this province, you would have seen people with guns on the way.
Yeah, sure.
Tribes.
Yeah, I have a picture also with guns.
The gun?
Yeah.
She's holding the gun.
Yeah. I am not really afraid.
So for us, it was a big adventure because we didn't feel any threat. So when we met the soldiers, it really felt like that they are there for us. Yeah. So we were like, okay, it's gonna be it's gonna be a big adventure. So we spent like 3-4 days at least with the police and military, and we couldn't leave, so we had to stay with them. Sometimes we could sleep in our camper, but many times they said we need to sleep in this hotel or that hotel.
Were they nice to you?
Yep.
It was
The
really
army?
nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
wanted
The
to point
locals?
out, that they were really nice. We had a lot of chais together, and the context was like this. Like they offered her that. Oh, actually, they don't offer, but she asked that. Can we take a picture with the gun?
No? Yeah.
Then we took the picture.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then, yeah, after the 3 or 4 days, the last escort was a bit different. They were not in military dress anymore. They were in civil, and they spoke much better English than the other ones. And there was a farewell message at the very end of the escort when we reached the KPK border. All right.
And did you enter from DI Khan?
No, you
yes.
cannot enter.
No, actually, so it's a long story, but in Quetta you get NOC, and that will define your route. We followed that route, but that was a dead end actually, because somewhere before
Before Multan, you cannot go to the Multan area as a foreigner. You cannot cross to KPK at Distrkt because there is some nuclear or I don't know whatever. You cannot go there.
Yeah, they stopped us, so we could feel some massive chaos in the system, but we had to go to Punjab.
Yeah.
You had to go to Punjab.
Yeah, and when we got there, they had this nice farewell message that, excuse me for all the hassle, or if you had any bad experience during the 3 or 4 days, now you are free, you can drive your car wherever you want, you are total safe, enjoy our country, enjoy Pakistan, welcome. Something like this.
Which Punjab did you guys travel to before coming here? Because that is rich in culture and food.
We, from the border, we actually crossed Punjab, so you see a lot by driving. Many tourists don't do this because they just come here and they fly in and they go with a tour and they take us to the main spots. Well, we go into the jungle.
Traveling within Punjab is so green. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
beautiful.
it's just
It is.
The culture preservation and the food especially. Irrespective of if you are having it in a village or a city or roadside, food is always on point.
yeah.
Yeah, a bit spicy for us.
Have you had lassi?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
she loves it.
Salty lassi.
She
I
loves
love
lassi.
it.
So she loves lassi, she loves chai,
Yeah, but
and most part of her heart is stuck in Pakistan.
Now you understand why we stay so long.
Oh, for the lassi, yeah.
And the chai.
for the chai.
Okay, so you like Pakistani chai.
Yeah.
What you can do is on the way back you can take the.
Yeah, I have it at home.
Okay.
Yeah, once we flew back, I bought home.
She makes nice chai.
But I tell you, it is in the water that makes it yummy.
Yeah, so our travel habits, they really changed when we arrived in Pakistan. In Iran, you could go to places to white camping, which means you park somewhere in nature and you sleep in your car. But here in Pakistan, it's completely changed because the country is basically full of people. So you can't really hide. It's not easy to park.
I'm sorry to cut you down, but
No.
I'm really excited for the north part. The traveling to north, the kind of places you visited, and what you've received for the acknowledgement of your work for Pakistan tourism. Which is, by the way, is worthy of telling to everyone that you guys made documentaries which caught eye and has attracted a lot of foreigner travelers to Pakistan, or tourists for that matter. Okay.
Yep. So after we crossed Punjab, we went to Lahore. That was our basically the first real stop. And it was kind of this time of the year. So it was very hot. Very hot. It was close to 50 Celsius, so we couldn't stay long. So from there, we basically were escaping to the north. It was like we have to leave this place and like, okay, let's go to the mountains. We know that we're gonna find a chilly weather there.
Oh yes, of course.
So we went there, and actually that was our first time in both of our life, and we saw these giant mountains. Just imagine you really like hiking, you're a nature enthusiast, adventure seeker, and when we arrived into the north, and the first experience with the mountain was Nanga Parbat.
Oh.
And it's done. We were completely done. We were standing there, ferry meadows, looking at the Nanga Parbat.
People get emotional while seeing. I've seen
absolutely.
people crying because you can literally feel some presence there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Some
it's so
authentic
huge.
Strong,
presence there.
very strong.
The creator, or I don't know what to say, but you can actually feel it. It's in the air.
It's a very strong experience. It's just huge
And
mountain, and
you
you're
went
very
to
close to
Nanga
it.
Base by foot?
Yep. Not exactly to the base camp. We went to the German viewpoint and we went on other ridge where basically nobody goes, but there was a view amazing. The local told us that if we wanna get close to the mountain and still not something touristy, that we should go there.
I'll be calling you Bond from this point on. But things you do is either done by James Bond or you. So
Yeah, we're a little bit like this. So when people say that, oh, everybody does that, we're looking for something else, which is not dangerous, but something else that maybe not that many people did. And we want,
you just have to have the right will, the right mind frame. If you know you have to do it, you just do it.
yeah,
You
and
just did it.
this combined with our really huge addiction to photography and videography, we always want to get the shot. And because of the shot, we do many effort. Like really, sometimes I walk so much on the mountain that I would never walk that. I'm not a walker. I don't like to walk that much. She likes to walk a lot. I don't like to walk that much. But I walk like crazy amount only for the shots. And that's why
दोस्त एक शॉट की बात हो रही है इसको वो एक क्विक शॉट चाहिए था तो बस चाहिए था so you went in for that one perfect shot, right?
yeah, we can call it perfect, but the shot we really want, the shot that is epic, the shot that will really stand out. That's what we are looking for, and because
That
of
one
that,
shot that actually made you sit at the grown-ups and to get you to this conversation, man.
thank you. So many discomfort,
बात मेरी समझा
so many discomfort that I got because of that. Maybe if you are only travelers, only adventure seekers, I got bored of it. I got tired. Like, okay, after 2 years, just stay one place. We went to Sri Lanka. We could sit there on the beach for 2 months doing nothing. We never did that. In the 4 years, we never did this. Maybe 1 week, but even in that 1 week, I think we were editing at least. Maybe not shooting, but editing for sure.
course. If you've got so
Yeah.
much content in
That
that you have
that's
to filter
that's
it.
because of the cameras, and we really go for it. And we are in just this spectacular location, and we just can't resist. We just have to use all our time, because if we are sitting still, we feel like we are just losing the opportunity. We are wasting our time. We just need to go for it.
And still you guys look so fresh. Mashallah.
Thanks. I don't feel
Honestly.
fresh. I don't
No,
feel
I
fresh.
know what you're telling is really tiring and exhausting, but yet you feel you look fresh. I think
Thank
it's
you.
because of the tea.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe these experiences, because my eyes are probably shining because I'm talking about these, and I know how I felt when I was standing in front of Nanga Parbat. When we went to first time Hunza, we went to the K2 base camp, we went to Chitra, and I remember all these experiences. It just make me goosebumps. I know what happened there, and it's all for me and all for her. We keep this forever.
Is that one or two destinations that you want to recommend to everyone from Pakistan in the north?
It's your turn.
In the north.
Okay.
What would it be?
It's really hard. So I really love the Barabrook Lake trek. It's in Kaplu area, and you can go up to the Moses Peak. But so I don't want people to rush the place and it's be the second, say, Mau Folach, which is now like destroyed from the domestic tourists. It should be like those beautiful how it is now. When we went there, we didn't have a guide. Some villagers helped us to cross Bara village, and then the only like instruction was for the 2 days hike that we need to follow the river on the right side and just don't cross it, and you will end up at the Bara Lake. So we like
It was a hike of 2 days.
Only
yeah,
the way there.
1.5 day, yeah, hiking, and it's like a
For how long did you have to walk in a single day? For hours?
Well, first day we walked half day, the second day.
it was like we started at 8 and ended up at 4 p.m. Yeah, so it's like a hike
Not that long.
that
Not
you
that long?
no, it's
We
not so
we
long.
hike much more.
It's
than
just a lot of elevation. It's almost 2,000 meter what you gain in this 1.5 day. But for me, why is it so like stuck in my memories? Because you walk another hill, and you don't see the lake where you are going because it's right behind a small hill. So you see the lake when you are top of the hill, and the lake is in front of you.
First sight.
And
Yeah,
it's just
when you see it, it's much easier.
yeah.
You don't say it until the very last moment. We were both like, "Oh, where is this lake?"
Okay, I'll teach you a word. It's Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. When in Arabic you want to praise the ultimate creation of Allah, the God, it should come out of your heart. And I know if you had known this word, then it would have come out spontaneous. Subhanallah. You see it and it just comes out.
I
Okay.
will try to remember.
So the lake is?
Barabrook Lake.
It's not a popular spot,
No,
but I think it
Barabrook.
Barabrook Lake. Actually there is a village,
Bara Village.
Bara village, and that's where you start your trek. And it's a very, I don't know how very, but it's an off the grid trek.
Is it not interesting that both of you are recommending that place as the #1 destinations? Somehow both of you have kind of admitted it that this is the #1.
Yeah, I think it comes from a few reasons because we
Yeah.
did it ourselves, so it was an achievement, but we had to find a way because she didn't mention, but the instructions we had only keep on the right, it was not enough. There were a lot of things where you could get lost. It was really not enough. And actually, I think we crossed the river, so
Yeah, we crossed the river, but it was not a good idea.
yeah, it looked like a good idea. So it was an achievement to get there. Only two of us with so heavy backpacks, all the camera gears, tent, food for. So we 2 days there, I think 1 day back, and we wanted to stay up there like 2, 3 nights. So altogether almost 1 week, and food for that, all the cooking gear, camera gear, sleeping bag, everything. We had like 20 kg plus both of us, maybe even more. And we walked with that 2,000-meter high. It's not a very tough one, but we were really happy to arrive, and we were only two of us. No porter, no cook, no other tourists, nobody. Just this pristine lake.
Scared in the night. I mean, just two of you, all
No.
exposed to nature, to wild.
No, it felt really safe.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you?
And could you see yaks or other?
Yeah, some yaks.
Yeah.
But we like yaks.
Do you like yaks?
Yeah, we
The
love
question
them.
is if they like you or not.
They seem like very peaceful yaks
Yeah?
over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very.
Because we have myths about it. Don't go near yak and they'll attack you. This and that.
So I don't like the cows. We went to the Rakaposhi base camp and we left a T-shirt of Peter in front of the tent.
Outside.
Outside, yeah. And it was totally destroyed by a cow. And it was my favorite green T-shirt of him. So cows are one.
The cow tried to eat it, and when I touched it, it was smelly and like full of slime, and it was like
Yeah.
in pieces. So maybe it went down and came up. Sorry for me.
It has a loss on both parts. For you as well and for the cow. She must
Yeah.
have come down to see good food and ultimately it's
Yeah,
t-shirt.
kind of disappointment for both of us. So then we arrived in Barabrook Lake, and I think you remember when you watched the Pakistan film, there was a very blue turquoise.
Oh, yes.
That was the one.
Oh.
And you were, I heard you were like, wow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So now you might be
So that
understanding.
is your #1 destination.
Yeah.
What's second?
It's very hard to rank these.
No, maybe okay.
For
Top
me,
2, 3, 4.
and
whatever.
you know,
Say
it always comes together
I
from.
actually want to benefit people
some-
from your experiences, places that you went to. Frankly, we have not, as Pakistanis.
Mm.
And I can tell you that I've traveled to 8 or 9 valleys, but to this point, to this extent, I've not. So I want to get it to the hikers of Pakistan and international
Yes.
community, which may benefit. So, #2,
Yeah. So number 2, I think, is Patundas.
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 Is it in Pakistan?
Hunza.
Oh,
It's in Upper Hunza actually.
Patundas.
Patundas, yeah. Upper Hunza, and then you need to walk. I think it's more like 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're very strong, you can walk up in 1 day. It's around 4,000-meter elevation.
Yeah.
It's a plateau,
3,600.
so you walk up and it's a big plateau, and it's a 360 view around you, like the Karakoram, these very edgy, really dramatic mountains all around you. And there is also Shishpar there, which is close to 8,000-meter. Super dramatic landscape. And so for us, it's the location, but honestly, here in North Pakistan, all the hikes are stunning.
Yeah.
Very, very stunning. So somehow when we say these top spots, it comes together from a few reasons. And one of the reasons that we had so good time there, we actually moved up there with one of our Hungarian friend who is an athlete, and he's a mountain biker, and he's a huge adventurer. So he had a downhill mountain bike. He was carrying that bike on his back all the way with his other stuff to 4,000 meter, and we were shooting while he's shredding down with his mountain bike at Patundas 4,000 meter, like crazy.
That was crazy.
And
The way you're telling it, I'm sure you are a filmmaker. I've not seen the guy, but I could see a guy holding a bike and running down the hill and everything.
It was a crazy shoot. We have a video, of course.
So what makes Patundas so special that it's between two glaciers. So
Oh yeah.
you are just there. It's a huge plateau, and if you go to one direction, there is a huge glacier, like until the end, and huge mountains, and then the Pasupons. And if you go to the other direction, there is also a huge glacier and other amazing mountains. So
And it's a grassy field, so
and
you
that,
feel very
yeah,
comfy. You have
yeah,
your tent. There is also a mountain hut up there that you can use. We use both, and then we brought up a lot of food and solar panels, charging for our batteries. Just imagine you are as a filmmaker or an adventure filmmaker. You are in basically in heaven when it comes to the surroundings and the nature, the scenery, and you have sun. You have unlimited juice for your batteries. You can fly your drone if you want 50 times a day or anything. And then that's what we did for 1 week.
You were talking, and I was wondering. I think the villagers would have discovered it for the first time that there are humans outside this village. No man would have ever made it to that place before you.
There is no village up there.
no.
But the locals, I mean,
Mm.
would have discovered for the first time that there are other humans in the world.
Oh,
The places that you've been to, people may have never went there before.
oh, I think they went. So
Yeah.
it's so Patundas. It's not very off the grid. I
No.
think Barabrook Lake it's more unknown. Patundas is a place where people go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we were there for 1 week and we didn't really meet anyone.
Yeah, we went
So you
there.
manage solar panels on the way while
Yeah.
traveling. You have
It's
to carry them.
It's portable.
Yeah.
It's like this size. You can fold it out. We had a small battery like this size. All the cables, converter. So we were charging like basically everything. It was sunny for 1 week, and then the last day a snowstorm arrived, so we had to leave. It was big. Like we opened the tent for the morning. It was like big snow. We're like, okay, we did the shots. It's time to leave the mountain. That was our closing sign that we
And
should
were
leave.
there any other tourists when you were there?
Yeah, so when we went down before we crossed the glacier, we met an American couple, and I was very happy because they had one porter, one cook, one guide, and one more person, just I don't know, for fun. And
Do you carry stuff on the way?
yeah,
Okay.
like the same like Peter,
Really?
sometimes more. Sorry.
I was wondering if who's the porter in you.
Yeah.
She walks equally so. Okay.
Yeah, she's strong. She's very. I think she can walk more than me.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So you can now technically say she's a better half.
Yep.
Oh. You're a lucky guy, too.
I am more lucky. If he wouldn't be here next to me, I would be the girl with the camera
Now
capturing.
you're making me emotional. I want to make a statement. ये फर्क होता है अच्छा बाहर की औरतों में और पाकिस्तानी औरतों में वो उसको प्रेस कर रही है वो उसको प्रेस कर रहा है इधर हमने उसको कह दिया कि ये सोलर पैनल उठा के फिरना पड़ेगा तो कहेगी मैंने जानी नहीं है दफा हो जाओ ठीक है if we tell our women that you'll have to carry a solar panel on the way the idea in the inception phase will fade off I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for her.
No, I
Definitely
see
not for
an
her.
enthusiast for that.
We will remember the Patundas for a
Yeah.
very long time.
So you would be catching a lot of great photos from all of these experiences. Apart from the videos, I think photo part is very important. What do you do with the photos then?
So I mostly share it on Instagram, and when we work with clients, then we sell it to them. But it's like they send us products what we need to shoot, and then the pictures and the video what we create, that's their own content. So it's not about I am sharing the pictures and that's the ad.
It's not a hobby, it's a profession.
Yeah, so it's their own marketing content.
Say, for example, hypothetically speaking, what kind of products and what kind of places are most apt for them, and how do you materialize on your journey for your photography?
Yeah, so what she's saying is it's not about social media
Yeah.
only. It's not about we share and that's it, but we do production for these companies, and also we do like launching videos. So
Oh,
now we work with it's a Swiss company. They produce e-readers, and we made the official launch video for a brand new product. It's not released yet, and they asked us to make the official launch video.
and can I know your Instagram, which name to follow?
Yep.
You can start.
Mine is PTDX. PETY
PETY
DX.
DX. And your work is there, right?
Yep, you can find it, and you can also find under the same name on Vimeo, vimeo.com. It's like similar to YouTube.
Okay, okay.
That's my portfolio. So if you
Oh.
want to see my work, you go to Vimeo. If you want to see our travels, of course, some work, because we usually share our work videos as well, then Instagram is also a good place to go.
And I am Silus Wanderlust.
It's CILUS.
CILUS.
Yeah, and then an underline and Wanderlust, like WANDERLUST. Wanderlust. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, what a name.
Silus Wanderlust. That's our Instagram, but there's a lot going in the background.
Okay, now comes my favorite part. Tell me about Peshawar.
Well, you can start.
Yeah, so I really wanted to come to Peshawar, but it was somehow not on our route. And then before we flew out from the country, we got an invitation from Pakistani Tourism Department, PTDC, that they would like to show us Peshawar, how beautiful it is, and
PTDC will host you to show to Peshawar.
yeah.
They invited us.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And where were you then?
we were in Islamabad and we were planning our fly out from the country.
Excuse me. We were invited into their office after our documentary released. Then the president or the leader of PTDC, he invited us into their office, and that's where we got this extra invitation. We got this medal.
I would love to show it to people.
Yeah.
We are very proud of this.
In fact, you show it on the camera.
All right. Maybe I just take it out.
How about you stand up, show it in the camera, people would see your shalwar kameez then.
There you go.
Yeah, like this. Okay, so it says Pakistan, the land where diverse
Diverse culture and adventure.
culture and adventure.
Yes.
यार हमने कदर नहीं कि आप इन लोगों के मुंह से जब सुने ना इनको कितना खूबसूरत लगा है पाकिस्तान, how beautiful they find Pakistan, Peshawar, the hospitality experience, the traveling experience, the cultural preservations, the values that we hold, तो अपना आप बहुत अच्छा फील होगा. हम लोगों ने खुद में इतना sorry to use the word बेगैरत कर दिया है कि इन लोगों से तारीफ सुन के यकीन ही नहीं आता हमारी बात हो रही है. ठीक है. So you've come down to Peshawar.
Yeah, and we had many tours in the old city. We visited the City House. I hope that I pronounce it well.
City House, yeah.
Yeah. We went to the bazaar. We eat a lot. Oh my God! Finally, not so spicy food in Pakistan.
Just the right food.
So
Do
amazing.
you go to Namak Mandi where they cook meat just with salt?
We went to a
Lamb.
really nice place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like the
Cool.
best food in the
Oh
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had that, and
Still
it was
dreaming.
gorgeous.
A little bit of Turkish and a little bit
Yeah.
of Afghani and little bit of Pakistani touch into it.
Yeah,
Adds to a lot of
we were
taste
really
balance.
happy to finally we found a place where they don't use that much chili.
Yeah. We went to the clock tower, under the clock tower, and still remember that they were selling cheese. Cheese in Pakistan.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's
just
not easy to get. And it's
And
really
fish they sell.
it's really authentic. So when you walk around on the streets of Peshawar, you really feel history here. It's something like an ancient vibe that's around you. The people, everybody's
Probably
face.
one of the oldest cities in the whole of Asia.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
you
what
can
they
really
say.
feel that. So when you walk around, you get the buildings and how the architecture. It's a good experience. Really
I
good.
just so unfortunately that I'm meeting you guys on the last date. That you're leaving for Afghanistan tomorrow, right?
Oh, yep.
If I could host you, it would have been a really wonderful experience. And now that you're going to Afghanistan, I sincerely wish you best of luck. Yes, there's a tough terrain, the conditions there, but I'm sure you guys are tough and you'll definitely fight out any situation if you get into. One last message to everyone about Pakistan and your experiences in Pakistan is very important for us.
Okay.
Right in the camera.
Silly.
I think everybody should give a chance to the country, because it's not what CNN shows and what the Western media. Crime is everywhere, in London, in Budapest, everywhere. It's maybe not landing in front of the cameras all the time. No one wants to push it. That's how bad it is. And Pakistan also not that bad, not bad at all. We had 0 issues in 1 year, and we went everywhere alone. I went a lot of places alone. You just need to follow the rules and be respectful with the culture and the religion and the country, and you will have the best experience, I think.
Nice. And I would want you to start your message with the title of your documentary.
Yeah, so when we talk about Pakistan, you really need to see beyond the headlines. This is the title of our film, Beyond the Headlines, with a good reason. And also a good reason, we spent almost 9 months in this country. Nobody told us to say this. We say this by ourselves. So we could go anywhere in the world because that's what we do in the last 4 years, but we spent the longest time if you compare with any other countries. And it's just so exciting. Coming from the Western world, everything is so different. The culture, the music, the food, the scenery, like it's a mind blast for people coming here. Also a culture shock. So you need to get ready for going into something really different and really busy streets and very interesting situations. But if you're ready for that and you want to get some adventure, people are really hospitable. They're very happy for you to be here. Probably part of the bad reputation of the country. They are very happy for tourists coming here, and the scenery is just like, it's world class. Nepal is very famous. The Pakistani scenery, it's very similar, like huge mountains. K2 is here. It's a lot of things to see. That's why we stayed.
Okay, I'll recommend you my favorite destiny from Pakistan. And I hope when you come next time you visit there, it's Minimurg.
Minimum.
It's in the junction of Kyosai and a store. Do visit there, and I hope we travel together, inshallah.
Inshallah.
On a departing note, I'll say something on the camera. दोस्त मैं तो कहता हूँ वेस्ट के पीछे मत जाओ, वेस्ट को अपने पीछे लगाओ. हमारे पास दिखाने के लिए बहुत कुछ है, सिर्फ हमने कदर नहीं की. अपना ख्याल रखें, दुआ में याद रखिएगा.